29-year-old NASA-linked engineer disappears. Hours later, his Tesla is found crashed and burned, and he is confirmed unalive.
Lady Gaga has become completely different, and everything got worse after her ritual at Coachella. She's not even hiding it anymore.
If you live in the Appalachian area, this is the reason that you have curtains and blinds on your windows and you keep them closed at night.
Someone made a decision inside our government that the optics of killing dozens of scientists outweighed whatever information they were going to tell us.
Let's freaking go, y'all. Welcome back to Unreal Reality, guys. Today, we'll be reacting to creepy and mysterious TikToks you probably shouldn't watch at 3 a.m. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
If what they're saying that Amy Escridge mysteriously discovered before she died is true, then we are cooked. We all know that Amy Escridge is one of those scientists that is now dead. She was connected to advanced aerospace research, and now her name is being tied to one of the most disturbing alien theories out there. And what I'm about to say might scare you, but maybe this is the reason she's not here right now. The theory says that what people think are aliens might not be aliens. They may actually be humans from the future. You heard what I just said? Not visitors from another planet, not creatures from another galaxy. Aliens that we think are aliens may be humans from the future. So according to the theory, there are future human groups called P-47s and P-52, meaning they're humans from tens of thousands of years ahead. The claim is that some catastrophic event forces humanity underground for thousands of years, and after that long time without sunlight, humans will supposedly, allegedly evolve differently. Pale skin, smaller bodies, no hair. And what does that sound like? The same description that people have been given of great aliens for decades. And that's why this theory is hitting people so hard, because it flips the whole alien conversation upside down. It says maybe they're not coming from outer space. Maybe they're coming from what happens to us later on. We have about 15 scientists missing in the United States. They also said that 9 scientists were either missing or deceased in China. What's really going on? They know something. Pay attention.
Yikes, it's not just a heavy theory anymore. It's about the deadly silence that follows the people who spoke up. Enter Amy Escridge.
Guys, new footage is now starting to surface of the scientist that was researching anti-gravity. She's in a complete panic in the video, saying that she was being hit by some kind of energy weapon and she has the burns on her body to prove it. Her name was Amy Escridge, and she wasn't just working on free energy, she was actually trying to research how to manipulate gravity itself. She claimed that this has been discovered 4 different times, and every single time it was covered up before it could go public. In the video, she's working on a computer that isn't even connected to the internet. She says that somebody is scanning what she's typing through the window, and it's burning her hands while she's typing.
My hands still burn because there's damage.
Wow.
But it's like my body relaxed when we barricaded. And it was like relief, like immediately.
Whenever she went to block the window, she said that the burning stopped immediately and there was an outline of her body left on the glass. You can literally see her posture in the window as if it was an X-ray. A former CIA weapons expert on her team identified the exact device, and he said that it was powered by car batteries inside of a vehicle that was parked outside of her home. And actually, for 4 to 5 years straight, she reported multiple different times that an Eastern European man in a Lexus had been parked outside of her house watching her. Amy Escridge is the woman that texted her friend and said that if they say that I did this to myself, I did not, and then they ruled it as self-inflicted. She predicted exactly what they would say. They said it. I'm going to be staying updated on this, so make sure you add me and come back for more.
A hand burn through a window is the warning, but when you don't take the hint, the accidents tend to be a bit more explosive, like with our next guy here. Roll it.
Tuesday, 2 p.m., the car was discovered and a body inside. But the body was found burned beyond recognition. LeBlanc's phone, his personal belongings, and even his dog were all left behind in his Huntsville apartment.
A 29-year-old NASA-linked engineer disappears. Hours later, his Tesla is found crashed and burned, and he is confirmed unalive. This happened only 9 months ago, in July of 2025, and it happened in Huntsville, Alabama. If that city sounds familiar, it should. Huntsville isn't just some random city. I mean, it's one of the most concentrated hubs for aerospace, defense, and propulsion work in the entire U.S.
Facts.
It's also where Amy Escridge lived and worked.
Facts.
Now, in the case of Joshua LeBlanc, he was 29 years old at the time. He was an engineer. He was tied to NASA, doing propulsion-related work, and he goes missing. Hours later, his Tesla is found crashed, burned, and he's confirmed unalive. That part, that's all fully documented. But then you get into the details. Now, he was allegedly reported missing earlier that morning. His phone and wallet were left behind. His Tesla data shows that his car was parked at the airport parking lot for several hours prior to the crash. This particular story right now about Joshua, you may already be seeing headlines framing this as part of a larger pattern. Because you'll see these lists of scientists in advanced propulsion fields all being grouped together right now. There's federal agencies that are said to be looking into multiple cases at the moment, but there's no officially confirmed evidence that they're all connected, at least for now. But when the same elements keep showing up, you start to notice. And once you notice, it is hard to unsee.
Oh, that's no car wreck. That's a factory reset on a human life. But why the delete key in the first place? This next guy seems to think it comes down to one of two things.
Tinfoil hat theory. Someone made a decision inside our government that the optics of killing dozens of scientists outweighed whatever information they were going to tell us.
Crazy.
I think it's one of two things. Either an asteroid is heading towards Earth, and they know with certainty it's going to impact us sometime in the near future, and they just want everyone to keep working so society doesn't collapse until then. Or they know something about aliens that would absolutely shatter our perception of reality. Maybe we're an ant farm. Maybe we're a science experiment, and our government knows it. Or maybe the aliens are working inside our government. Either way, I think it's hard to make an argument against the fact that these scientists knew something that would absolutely fuck shit up.
So we're either facing the end of the world or we're just the entertainment in a cosmic ant farm. Either way, the lease is up. Moving on.
Does the assassination attempt that just happened to the president, does that have to do with David Wilcock? So if you're paying attention, you've noticed his really odd push to time travel and things having to do with that. Of course, with this account named Henry Martinez putting one post up saying Cole Allen, and Henry Martinez was a NASA or NASA paper that he wrote. Yeah, he worked for NASA, he wrote a paper, Henry Martinez. The Henry Martinez account said his name years ago. We'll get to David in 1 second. And then you go back to the Henry Martinez account, you see this picture, which is actually called Time Machine with a reverse image search. And maybe, maybe not, who knows? I mean, it could be anything that people are saying. It looks a lot like, you know, that Butler image from the president and all that stuff going down. And people are even saying that Cole Allen almost looks like a baby that these two had. And of course, the time travel angle, right? Let me tell you guys a little bit about energy harvesting, or what some people call Loosh. You manipulate the emotions in such a great way that they're basically able to drain your energy and put it into something else. Remember this?
You're going to lose. You're not going to win. It's inevitable. We already know because the future timeline is fixed.
One of his biggest areas of study was time travel. Project Looking Glass, to look into the future. But I'll put it this way. There's a group of people writing out scenarios and events, and they just seem to happen every single time. But time travel is real. Humans are the only spiritual creatures bound to time. God outside of time. Jesus slain from the foundation of the earth outside of time. The adventures of Baron Trump, the last president, on and on. So the question is, how are y'all enjoying the movie?
Listen, guys, when 100-year-old books start dropping spoilers for the evening news, that's when you know the simulation is officially out of original content.
This is a photo of the Earth taken from the Artemis II, exactly 12 hours after the first photo of the Earth was taken. Do you notice anything? It's literally the exact same photo, the exact same cloud patterns, and Africa is in the exact same position. I thought the Earth was rotating at 1,000 miles per hour.
Same.
Not only that, it's orbiting the sun at 66,000 miles per hour. all of that movement through outer space, and the Artemis II managed to take a picture of the Earth in the exact same position 12 hours later at nighttime with the exact same cloud patterns. And this is the Artemis II halfway to the moon. Yeah, propelling through the void of outer space, which is impossible. And they were halfway. Look at the size of the moon when you're on Earth. Like, just go outside and look right now. Do you see the size comparison? How are they halfway to the moon, but it's way, way, way smaller than it would be if you're on Earth, when you're further away from the moon when you're on Earth? And look at this video. The Artemis II launching, it literally looks like the Artemis II crew is ziplining out of the rocket. Look, you see that? Have you noticed how they didn't show anyone in the crew cab once it was actually launched? That's because they ziplined out of the rocket. That is a giant helium balloon that is shooting way up into the air and then falling into the Atlantic Ocean. But I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only. Of course, space is real.
So the modern visuals are straight up glitching, but somehow back in the day, they managed the most impossible long distance call in history. Check this out.
If Nixon actually picked up a phone in 1969 and spoke live to two men standing on the moon, what kind of device were those astronauts holding on the other end?
Great question.
Think about that for a second. Because Wi-Fi didn't exist, cell towers didn't exist, and the nearest Verizon store was 238,000 miles away.
Far.
And here's what makes it even stranger. The same government that couldn't reliably connect a phone call from New York to Los Angeles in 1969 somehow, miraculously, patched through a crystal-clear, zero-lag conversation to outer space, to two men in bulky suits, on a rock with no atmosphere, no signal infrastructure, and no charging port in sight. But wait, if the moon has no air, no magnetic field, and sits in a vacuum of dead silence, what exactly was carrying that voice signal? Because sound needs a medium to travel. So how did Nixon's voice reach the moon at all? Now this is where the questions start getting uncomfortable. Because in 1969, the most advanced consumer phone technology on Earth was a rotary dial, connected to a copper wire bolted into your wall. No satellites in your pocket, no wireless networks, no instant global connection. And yet, somehow, a live conversation traveled nearly 250,000 miles through space and came back without a problem. So the real question isn't just how it happened. It's why nobody ever stops to ask what made it possible.
So hang on, let me get this straight. A rotary phone with zero latency and over 200,000 miles away? Guys, how did they pull this off? I would love to know your thoughts. Drop them down below.
Has NASA and the United States government known about UFOs, extraterrestrials, and their presence here on Earth for over 70 years? Well, according to this NASA engineer and mission specialist who passed away over 25 years ago, they sure do. Now that man's name is Bob, and he's got a last name I can't pronounce. Before he passed away in the year 2000, at the age of 71, he talked a lot about what he found out that NASA and the government know about UFOs, extraterrestrials, and their time here on Earth. And he talked to other people in the military and in NASA who also knew what was going on. And a lot of the stuff that he talked about and he said has been suppressed, but there's a few videos of him online. Let me show you a clip of one of those videos now.
Why don't they tell us? What I was able to learn is that the issue of secrecy dates back into the early 1950s. And in 1959, actually, NASA had a study conducted by the Brookings Institution in Washington, D.C., addressing the issue of whether this alarming issue of a confrontation with an extraterrestrial culture should be released to the public, this information. It was determined that there would be grave consequences for just an overt public pronouncement by government officials.
If you really dig deep on the internet, you can find a lot of documents and a few videos of Bob, the NASA mission specialist, and some of the stuff that he found out, including when he said he was taken to NORAD and he saw a facility where they track UFOs, extraterrestrial spacecraft, through a vortex. This is some great stuff if you ever want to look into it. Okay, everybody, I went down this path today and I thought I'd share it with you.
Yikes, if they're faking phone calls, I can't even imagine what else they're hiding. According to this Bob guy, they've had a secret roommate down in the basement for over 70 years. Let's jump over to AI.
What if I told you that every time you step in your own car or any car by 2027, it's going to have cameras on you. It's going to track your eyes, your emotions, your heart rate, your reaction time, and your car is going to let you know if you're allowed to drive. And if you're not, it's not even going to start. It's going to turn off on you. Now, nothing is 100% perfect. Technology fails. AI fails. If you use AI enough, you definitely know this. Now, what if this fails? What would this even look like? This doesn't feel like a safety measure. This feels like surveillance. Why do we even need this? Take a look at this.
Come on! No!
Cook. Now imagine there was an emergency outside the truck, an accident, something terrible on the ranch with a chainsaw. And I jump in this truck, but the truck, it won't shift into drive. Why? Because the cameras and sensors inside this cab won't let it shift because it detects my eyes are big, there's a lot of emotion, there's some panic, and it doesn't feel that I'm fit to drive. Now that's not science fiction, that is happening because Ford just filed the patents.
So in other words, by next year, your car is going to be a 4,000-pound mood ring. If it thinks you're too stressed or unhappy, it'll hit the cancel button on your commute.
They're scanning our faces in public places, at protests, even at our children's schools. The government is building secret databases they can go through anytime that they feel like it. They're blanketing our neighborhoods with flock cameras, and every single one of you should be saying, "What the flock?"
Facts.
I mean, this is an absolute egregious reach on our Fourth Amendment rights. They're creating a digital footprint of your entire life without a single warrant or even probable cause.
Nope.
Your morning commute to work, it's tracked. Dropping off your kids at their soccer practice, that's logged. Visiting a church or a gun range, recorded forever in a government accessible database.
Well, privacy is officially a vintage concept. You're probably asking yourself, what the flock is a flock camera? I'm glad you asked. Watch this.
So see that one? That's a security cam. That right there is a flock cam.
Fully support the use of flock cameras. I think it'll not reduce crime.
The flock cam is AI, photographing and remembering. It will take pictures and videos of your vehicle, right? And it'll log you at this time, at this place, blah, 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 blah. The flock cam goes to a private company. I think it's 90,000 nationwide and 9,000 at DFW.
Wow.
Those little guys watch you and tag you everywhere you go. So it just tagged me now. And even though I don't have a license plate, it's still going to put me down in memory in this spot. So now when I go over to the next cameras, which we're going to go a little ways in, those cameras will ping me as well. And then this private company is going to know I was here and went to there and was pointing at their cameras. Flock safety, 24/7 recording. So see, they're getting you when you come in, they're getting you when you leave. Also, the website that we're using just to look up the cameras, the owner of these cameras, the dude that owns the company, he tried to say that it was terrorism. That us knowing where these cameras are on a website is terrorism.
And then unfortunately there's terroristic organizations like DFLOC, whose primary motivation is chaos. They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else.
On what planet is us knowing where these companies' cameras are that are logging our everyday life, does this guy get to say that us knowing where this camera is, like I just found it because of the map, how's it terrorism for me to know where this camera is? That just seems sus, right?
So tracking every move is safety, but wanting privacy makes you a terrorist? I guess the simulation has officially updated their TOS. Moving on.
ChatGPT is under investigation. Florida's Attorney General opened a criminal investigation into the OpenAI system, looking into how the company approaches threats of harm. Among other concerns, Florida's AG is investigating ChatGPT's involvement with the alleged gunman in last year's mass shooting at Florida State University. Prosecutors allege the chatbot offered significant advice, including telling the shooter which gun to use. OpenAI has not commented on this newest investigation, but previously said it builds ChatGPT to understand people's intent and respond in a safe and appropriate way.
So the AI won't let you drive if you look too stressed, but it'll give tactical advice to a shooter. Does anyone not see the problem with this? Anyone? Anyone?
Bueller.
Anthropic's new AI model, the most powerful AIs in regards to cybersecurity. Every cybersecurity issue, this AI was able to find it like that, which no other model, no other human has ever been able to find.
Yeah. Oh my word.
They ran tests and they're like, uh-oh, we can't release this to the public. This is too dangerous.
Oh.
All the head honchos of Wall Street had to do a emergency meeting called by Anthropic, and Anthropic's like, we are going to release this, but we're going to give you guys time to build up your cybersecurity better. Our new system was able to penetrate all of your systems.
Oh no.
Just right off the get-go?
Yeah, they're just like, we didn't expect them to do this.
So it's not being released at all now?
It is, but not yet.
What's the next level when it falls down and crumbles? It's like, is this banking system?
Yeah, if they can do it, you know China, Russia, or whoever, they already have an AI system that's getting ready to be at that same level where they can just destroy our cybersecurity.
100%. Even if it was America, they could easily just blame China and just say, oh, look what China did to us.
I guess we got to go to war.
Yikes. Imagine building a weapon, telling everyone it's way too dangerous to own, and then hand delivering it to the web. Welcome to the Claude Mythos era.
Okay, well, this is terrifying. Apparently, they have these humanoid robots building other humanoid robots. So it's literally factories of these things building themselves. And he's making a good point saying, didn't we learn our lessons watching The Matrix and watching Terminator? I mean, it's literally like the plot line damn near. And we're just not doing anything about it. We're just letting these things build these things. And what's gonna happen? I don't know. Y'all, let me know in the comments.
Well, it happened. Robots are hiring more robots to build more robots. Skynet wasn't a warning. It was a fucking business plan. Did we learn nothing from Terminator?
A little more. Right when he pause. One more. Keep going. You'll see it in a second. Up. See it?
What?
See the eye? You didn't even catch it. Good. Do it again. You didn't catch it. Do you see it or no?
See it.
Go back a little bit. Right there. That's good. Okay. Look, there he is in the hallway. Look.
I just tapped.
What is it?
Look, see him right there?
What is it?
It's aliens. Even the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, believed in extraterrestrials. The day that he was born, his father said a blue light appeared over their house. The father went outside to smoke a cigarette, and he said he saw this blue light just shining over their house.
Wow.
Okay? When Elvis was really young, he was telling his parents that extraterrestrials were visiting him. And he said that one night, two beings came to him and put this vision in his head of him being important in the world and wearing a white suit. So fast forward to when Elvis broke as his famous musician, his icon, he wore that white suit. Now, was that to reflect on what these aliens told him as a kid, so that's why he wore it? Or if that really was this future thing that was tied to it, I'm not really sure. But when you look up Elvis's white suit, it came from the idea that aliens came to him and telepathically showed him this vision of himself. And his management used to always say, Elvis used to lay down in the field and just look at the stars.
I mean, it appears that the king had a literal demon in his entourage. If these shots are real, I don't think Elvis was just singing about being lonesome.
To look at them, you'd never know they're cannibals. They look just like two normal people.
Wow, I did not know that. That's wonderful that he's telling people that on national television. You've raised him well. You're so proud of him right now.
Man, I had a sister once.
Proud of him right now.
Man, I had a sister once.
Here's the worst part. If you could choose a show to crack a joke like that, then this has got to be the worst host and the worst show to say something like this. Once again, a dark truth hidden in comedy. Not that I find it funny in any way, shape or form, and I'm sure you guys don't.
Nope.
Even Ellen made a little hint to say this is on national TV, and here it is right in front of us with everything we know now, and it's fair to say that this has not aged well. I don't really know much about this guy's parent, but who even speaks about the parents in such weird ways?
Like, of all places to drop a joke like this, what do y'all think? Has Ryan Reynolds lost his mind, or is he just trolling all of us? Let me know what you guys think down below.
Lady Gaga has become completely different, and everything got worse after her ritual at Coachella. She's not even hiding it anymore. Everyone there thought they were attending a real concert, but it was actually a full-on satanic ritual. Too many people overestimate Lady Gaga, but she stopped being normal the moment she allowed something like being vomited on in public. Yes, that really happened. So imagine what she's capable of in private. It must be far worse. Last year at Coachella, she made a special appearance. There was a Lady Gaga dressed in white and another in black. Both performed Poker Face, her first major hit. At the same time, the entire stage was set on a giant chessboard because, like I told you, it's a ritual, and rituals always take place on a chessboard, what's known as a dualistic plane. And at the end of the performance, the Lady Gaga in black knocks out the one in white, and the floor turns red as if it were blood, because the color red symbolizes sacrifice, the sacrifice of her former self. In reality, if you look at the path of global celebrities, they always follow the same pattern. The person goes through a trial, then is made to show a symbolic death on stage, and then comes back to life. And each time, it comes with a new artistic direction. During that same concert, Lady Gaga performs Paparazzi, and at that moment, she is dressed exactly like the character from the film Metropolis, which represents Lucifer in that movie. The worst part is how closely she is linked to Marina Abramovich. You can practically see them as best friends. Marina Abramovich is often seen as a figure associated with ritualistic performances, and many artists turn to her for these kinds of shows. And it's not just at Coachella. During another performance, Lady Gaga appeared right in the middle of a giant eye, a clear symbol suggesting total control by higher powers. Whether you like it or not, Lady Gaga has been surrounded by these strange symbols for a long time. Even back in Poker Face, she was already making the eye sign, and that song came out in 2008, so she hasn't been the same for a very long time.
This guy right here discovered oil in Houston, Texas.
No way.
I believe it. The guy looks every bit of 200 years old.
That's impossible, bro.
And he's staring down another ancient creature.
Forget all that. Who's this? Who is this guy right here? Because people are saying that he's 200 years old. Something about he discovered oil in Texas, which I don't believe, because I don't know who that guy was talking that crap. People are also saying that he's coming to collect. Because think about it, why is he there? Why is he there? He should be home relaxing. What is he doing outside? Everybody knows that LeBron's time is up. They've been saying this for a long time, guys. Right? Somebody had the nerve to say that's the Reaper. No, he's not. Shh. Shut up. He's looking up, hoping that the Most High could save him, but it's just too late. This guy is coming to collect. Hey, he don't care, bro. Look at him, bro. Why is he there? I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know who that guy was talking about oil and that guy was 200 years old. He's just an older gentleman enjoying the Lakers game. I don't know who the hell this guy is. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
The Grim Reaper, please. That's Jimmy Goldstein, and he's been sitting courtside at Laker games probably longer than half of the players have been alive. So there's that.
If you live in the Appalachian area, this is the reason that you have curtains and blinds on your windows and you keep them closed at night. This woman lived in a small town in Virginia in the Appalachian Mountains. She heard knocking on her window and she saw this thing peeking through her window. She got her phone out to record and it just kept looking at her. Now, at one point in the video, she actually starts screaming to try to scare it away so she can go close her blinds. Right here, you can see its teeth. Its teeth. And then it closes its mouth, and you can see how its mouth doesn't fully close. It's just like a black void. And it has hollowed eyes and red skin. Now, the woman said she lives close to the coal mines, and she thinks this thing crawled up out of them. And from the looks of it, I would too. That is freaking terrifying. And it's watching you through your windows. She had just moved to the area, so she didn't know the rules of living in the Appalachian Mountains. So this is a clear warning. If you move to the area, make sure you close your blinds and windows and lock your doors at nighttime. And if something like this comes knocking on your windows and doors, don't pay it no mind. Act like it doesn't exist, and it should go away, hopefully. What do y'all think about this? Let me know.
Guys, rule number one when living in the Appalachian Mountains, don't ever look out the window after dark. This chick right here found out why the hard way.
More and more people are now saying that the CIA codes that were released are actually a real thing. And I was like, CIA codes like weapons or something? They're like, no. CIA codes related to the human body and how just knowing these sequences can change your body. How can a sequence of numbers affect your body? And how she described it, the woman who was like, this is a complete joke, and then tried it and said her pain is gone. She focused on the area where she was having the pain while she was having it, and then repeated this sequence of numbers, 55515. Over and over again, kind of turning it into like a mantra, would say it out loud. It worked. I dug into this because everything fascinates me. There is a pain relief code, the 55515. There is a peace code. There is an unexpected money code. We're talking a sequence of numbers for income. And wait for it, they also have them for weight loss and reality shift. Who knew? Right. And apparently the romance code is another one that people say they swear by. You don't have to just walk around chanting these numbers to yourself that you sound crazy to everyone. You can just visualize this sequence of numbers, focus on what it is these numbers are supposed to be doing for you. We are also saying write these numbers down. You can write them on your body. Show them to water before you drink the water. Apparently being related to that study where they took water and drew a picture of like an animal or something, then took the picture away and then stuck the water in like a freezer, and whenever they took the water out and ran it under a microscope, there was a picture of that animal, proving that water had memory.
Let's see
it works. Thanks, CIA.
I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I've been repeating the happy code for the last 20 minutes, but all I got was a headache. Maybe someone from the CIA technical support team can give me a hand. That's all I got for this one. Leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Smash that like and subscribe button. Fam, we are shooting for 200,000 subscribers this year. Go sub. The members group is open. Come join, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.